Did you know austerity was word of the year 2010? With more than 250,000 searches due to more coverage of the debt crisis internationally. You must have read in the news countless times about street protests in the European countries, and the term austerity measures would appear. But what exactly are austerity measures, and why is it the subject of so many street protests in European countries? Firstly, austerity comes from the Greek word austeros, meaning harsh, rough, or bitter. Since the start of the 20th century, austerity measures are characterized by tax hikes and spending cuts of the government. Well, the people have to pay more taxes, thereby having less to spend on their favorite movies or gaming devices. In addition, there may be less jobs available in the market and less incentives or welfare subsidies, since the government is reducing spending. Standard of living drops and the economy will be in a slump. Why would a political leader do this, risking his political agendas? To answer this question, we will have to take a look at the recent spat of debt crisis in the United States, European Union, and Japan, just to name a few. When national debt snowballs in such a colossal scale that overwhelms the economy, how do the governments repay the debts, maintaining tax rates and budget spending simultaneously? Governments will suffer a hit to their reputations in the international economy if debts are not cleared, potentially leading to a decline in investors, which can be detrimental in cooling the economy to a halt. In addition, it simply means pushing the burden over to future generations. Isn't this a worse nightmare? Thus, this is when austerity measures come in to save the day. Taxation, simply put, is the main source of revenue for the government. With more revenue and less spending, the government can effectively and easily maintain a budget surplus. Austerity measures not only contribute to the reduction of the national debt, but it is a good way to protect the government from defaulting loans and thus collapsing. The economy is heavily dependent on the expectations of people, which includes you and me. Even if a nation undergoing austerity measures is suffering, as long as people are firm of a bright and stable economic future ahead, they will be willing to consume more, allowing the economy to recover. But in all situations, a balance must be struck, and austerity measures alone can never do the trick. In most cases, it triggers complaints of anti-developmental and self-defeating by the people, as characterized by all the frequent protests of angry mobs we see today. In order to maximize the effectiveness of repaying debts and stimulating the economy, governments can possibly refocus their budget, such that investments can be made to sectors such as education and research, where a long-term improvement in productivity is targeted, which can, over time, set the economy rolling again. The European Union is already showing signs of recovery, with positive data of economic growth in recent years. Some feel austerity measures are the deciding factors which pushed them out of recession, while others are apprehensive of the societal and economic impacts austerity measures have in the long run. Only time will show us the true effectiveness of these measures. Meanwhile, what's your take?